Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News for February 2nd, 2022. Guys, we got a big show today. We got lots of things that we're going to be talking about on today's show. Let's just take a look. Poke a look. The rundown for today is going to be, we're going to look at some new Batman posters. The Boba Fett show is not about Boba Fett, it's about Mando instead. The Woman King first images is out with Viola Davis. We'll take a look at those and learn about that project. There's some various casting news out there with Jamie Dornan, Cillian Murphy, and stuff like that. We'll talk about Moonfall. It's been canceled in Canada. No, that's a bummer. Star Trek has some new TV shows along the way in the works that's going to come out. Whoopi Goldberg gets suspended from her show The View. We're going to talk about that, not necessarily the quotes, but we are going to talk about that because, hey, it's trending. And there's some other various TV headlines out there that we'll round up. And if we have time, we'll go to the Twitter roundup. And that's the way that this show is going to go today. Now, guys, if you don't know how this show works, it's a daily movie news talk show where I just basically turn on the camera and I look at all of the movie news headlines that are out there that's trending. And if you guys are interested in participating, let me know in the live chat, because then we'll address those once the show is done, or if there's comments about the current stories, and I'll talk to you there, because this show is all about you guys. And once you start talking in the chat and start driving some of these news stories, I'll interact with you, and that'll be the evolution of the show. But for right now, I'm doing all the heavy lifting and giving you the daily movie news headlines straight up, with not a lot of fluff, because that's where it gets a little bogged down. Okay, the Batman posters, guys. Are you excited about the Batman? The Batman comes out on March 4th, and we've got a slate of new posters here on that came out yesterday. And okay, well, it's the Batman, and the Batman is the biggest trending thing, so we got to talk about these posters. Guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Does that work for you? It's kind of got the Riddler's crosshairs question mark on him. Okay, that's fine. They did it for all the characters, all the major characters. Catwoman, Zoe Kravitz. I think that, yeah. Look, these are okay. They're nothing that I want to put on my wall. There's the Penguin. They're going to be ramping, and they're just going to be shoving this stuff down our throats. There's the Riddler. The Riddler, played by Paul Dano, which I think is going to be fairly good, because hey, I feel like that's going to be the kind of like the thing that makes this really spectacular or not. But people are saying that he sort of looks like the Gimp from Pulp Fiction. Do you see it? The Gimp. Riddler Gimp. Pulp Fiction. Guys, the similarities are definitely there. I don't know if that's what they were intending, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what you thought about those Batman posters. Did you like them? I felt like that was a little bit of fun just to talk about that. All right, let's continue on with some more news. And this one's not going to, it's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, because it's about the book of Boba Fett. Boba Fett has completely lost his own Star Wars show. Now, guys, episode 6 aired last night, right? And episode 5 was completely about Mando, which was cool. I liked seeing Mando. And number 6, I know all the spoilers. I'm not going to try to go into the spoilers for episode 6, but I do feel like I need to address this. I'm going to do reactions and reviews for 5, 6, 7, and 8, because is it only 7 episodes? It's only 7, right? But I'll do 5, 6, and 7 reactions and reviews. I'm not going to do 2, 3, and 4, because it's, even though those were about Boba Fett, not a whole lot happened that made me want to go, yeah, I want to spend 2 or 3 hours editing a live action review, a reaction and review for you guys. So I might just throw something up schlocky at the beginning of the episode 5 reaction and review. But guys, apparently if you are aware of the Boba Fett show and you're aware of well, what's going on with it, then you know that there were some big cameos last night, and it's trumping the show. It's taking the focus off Boba Fett. The book of Boba Fett has never committed to Boba Fett's story. Well, the first couple episodes did, but they just him getting along with the Tuskens shouldn't have been taking that long. It shouldn't have been that long. I know that you were trying to build up this mythos with him, that he still has some honor, but everything that he did in Mos Espa so far has been just so lackluster that all of that, everything that should have been done in 2, 3, and 4 in the story of Mos Espa should have been one episode, and then that we should have moved on. And if you want to bring Mando in, okay, fine, but these last episodes should have been all focused on Boba Fett, and it's just, there's so many cool things that we could have done, and I know Mando is awesome, and it's just so is that? I'm sorry if that's a spoiler. I don't think that's a spoiler. Oh, maybe it is. And I'm not going to scroll down any further in case there are more spoilers. But I had to chime in on this because the Book of Boba Fett is something that a lot of people wanted to see. A lot of people wanted the Book of Boba Fett to be cool, to be awesome, and I had to address it here. Now, my live reactions and reviews will probably be up on the weekend. I'll try to record them tonight, and then it's just a matter of editing them, because it's always hit and miss as to how much YouTube is going to allow me to put the show actually on the screen. And I know I'm going to lose a little bit of momentum with traction, but it is what it is. The Book of Boba Fett, guys. Are you watching it? Let me know in the comments below if you really liked last night's episode. I think a lot of people did because of the cameos and stuff like that. That's the impression that I got. The Woman King. First look at Viola Davis as General Naniska. Now, guys, we saw this last show yesterday, just as we were rounding things out. It came up in the Twitter roundup. Just the first images, and she looks intense. She looks fierce. Now, what is this? What is this movie? It's from TriStar Pictures. Okay, cool. It's scheduled for a fall of September 16th release in theaters. Okay, so what is it all about? What is this all about? We're going to take a look at these pictures, and then we're going to look at the IMDb for the synopsis of what this movie is about. Okay, well, here we go. This is the synopsis right here. Based on real-life events in the kingdom of Dahomey in the 18th and 19th centuries, the Woman King tells the story of Naniska, the general of the all-female military unit known as the Amazons. Ooh, really? Okay, well, now I'm really interested. And her daughter, Nawi, who together fought the French and neighboring tribes who violated their honor, enslaved their people, and threatened to destroy everything they lived for. Now, that sounds epic. That sounds epic. The Woman King. All right, let's take a look at these photos that were released over on Instagram. Viola Davis. Wow. She looks buff in this. Wow. Okay, so these are like the Amazons. Oof. It looks intense. It looks fierce. I like the way that looks. What do you think about some of these photos, guys? Wow. I'm going to have to take a look at the IMDb to see what this is all, who's all in this, because it looks like they've added some more cast. We're going to have to look at the IMDb here. The Woman King, a historic epic inspired by true events that happened in the kingdom of Dahomey, one of the most powerful states of Africa in the 18th and 19th centuries. Well, now we know that it's about the Amazons. Lashana Lynch. Oh, she was just in James Bond, No Time to Die. Cool. John Boyega. Wow. Okay. Okay, I like this cast. It's very interesting. Who are the bad guys? Is this one of the bad guys? Hero feigns Tiffin? Well, he's. They said they're battling the French, so and neighboring tribes. But the Woman King, guys, what do you think? First look, Viola Davis. Let me know in the comments below, because I think those images look great. And the Woman King, can't go wrong with Viola Davis, guys. She's always bringing an intensity to her work. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on that, and hopefully we'll get a trailer soon. All right, guys, we're going to talk about some various casting news that broke today after I take a spot of water here. Jamie Dornan to co-star opposite Gal Gadot in Netflix's and Skydance's Heart of Stone. Heart of Stone. Well, what's this all about? Plot details are kept under wraps. The project has been a high priority for Netflix following the competitive auction victory for the project in January 2021. So this has been a year in the works. What is this really about? It's just being listed here as a international spy thriller. And Gal Gadot was just in what, Red Notice? Was that what she's in with Ryan Reynolds in The Rock? So she can do this kind of stuff. This is in her wheelhouse. And Jamie Dornan, after, guys, if you haven't seen Synchronic, check that out. He's really good in Synchronic. And it's one of those weird movies that goes into a weird place where you're just kind of like, is this time travel? And what the heck's going on here? It's just so funky. It's awesome. Check it out. Jamie Dornan. And it's got Anthony Mackie in it too. So that's cool. Some more casting news. Cillian Murphy was shocked Christopher Nolan cast him as Oppenheimer. Now, guys, this article was over on Screen Rant. So if you want to read any of these, I'll tell you where to find them. Or the news is just so big, you'll find them no matter what in any of the big trades. But he was shocked, so he's got a quote out that we'll read here. It's the first time he's cast me in a lead, which I'm still a bit in shock about, but I'm thrilled. It's a huge part and a lot of work, but in my estimation, you're working with one of the greatest living directors, so you're in safe hands. And Nolan, say what you will about Tenet. I liked aspects of Tenet because it introduced me to Elizabeth Debicki, and I liked seeing just the whole scope of what they were trying to do. Robert Pattinson was in that too. So guys, Christopher Nolan so far hasn't really given us something that made us go, ooh, what are you doing, man? I know that maybe Tenet was that for some people, but still, I feel like Cillian Murphy in this Oppenheimer movie about the guy who developed the atomic bombs. I can't wait for this one. This one looks like it's going to be a stellar cast. Chloe Grace Moretz and Joseph Gordon-Levitt starring in Anne Sawinski's Jonestown Massacre thriller. White Knight. Okay, well, I like Chloe Grace Moretz and I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, so that's cool that they're pairing up for a massacre film or something about. Let's just read the logline here. Chloe Grace Moretz is playing Leighton in The Pick, with the story recounting how she rose through the ranks of the People's Temple cult, eventually entering the inner circle of Christian socialist preacher James Jones, played by Gordon-Levitt. Jones established Jonestown in 1974 in Guyana as an extension of his San Francisco-based cult. It was there where on November 18th, 1978, more than 900 people died in the largest mass suicides on record. Oh, it's one of those ones. Okay. It's very touchy and delicate subject matter. When you're dealing with these kinds of stories that's based on real life stuff. It's going to be based on Deborah Layton's memoir, Seductive Poison. Yeah, that's right. They all drink poison, right? And Chloe Grace Moretz is going to be playing Deborah Layton. Interesting. I'll have to keep my eye on that news for sure. No! Moonfall theatrical release has been canceled in Canada. I won't be able to see Moonfall, guys. That's a real bummer. This is coming to us by Joe Blow. And I like Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, and the dude from Game of Thrones. I know it was just big dumb fun, but I was looking forward to it. Okay, so the statement from Mongrel Media says, for planning reasons, decisions had to be made while cinemas in Canada were closed. Well, they're not closed anymore. They're opened up now. And I can attest to that because I saw Scream on Monday. They opened up on Monday. So we're going full steam ahead. Why are you still going to cancel it? I'm guessing because it's getting bad reviews and it's probably going to cost more to put it out than it is to... But you know what? I still would have seen it. I still would have seen it. And I know that it's getting steamrolled by the critics and everybody who sees it because it's just apparently one of the... It's going to go down as probably one of the biggest stinkers of 2022, which is kind of a bummer. Well, that's a bummer. What do you guys think? Are you upset that Canada is not going to get Moonfall? That's going to really affect the box office numbers this weekend when we have the releases to consider, like Jackass Forever, and now Moonfall is not going to be part of that. Jackass might be able to unseat Spider-Man No Way Home in the number 1 spot, so I feel like interesting. I'll have to keep my eye on that. But Moonfall has Halle Berry in it, and I'm a big fan of Halle Berry. I guess she was talking about John Wick. It says maybe she'll get her own spinoff. I don't know what this is, guys. This was over on Variety. I had to look at it because she's not going to be in John Wick 4. That's pretty much all I wanted to confirm. Is that Sophia's not in the next John Wick movie. So there you go. She's not. But there's a possibility that she might be doing her own thingy. Well, again, here's the thing. And it came up with the James Bond when she was in James Bond 2. The character just wasn't all that interesting enough. It wasn't compelling enough that, hey, I want to go see more of that. It wasn't like that. It's not like Ahsoka showing up in The Mandalorian Season 2 where you're like, hey, I want to see more of that, you know? So none of those characters resonated with people enough to get her own spinoff. But guys, she did a Netflix film recently. She directed it too, where she plays like this MMA fighter that's all washed up, and she did a good job in that. And I can't remember the name of it right now, but Halle Berry is still good. She's still a good actress, and I wish she can get back into the limelight again. That would make me happy. All right. Harry Styles poses with Thanos in funny birthday photo from sister. Guys, did you like Eternals? You know, they're brothers, right? They're siblings, Thanos and his character. Now his character only showed up in the post credits, right? Eternals. I'm gonna have to watch Eternals again because it just I watched. Eternals. I thought obviously he's photoshopped in it. It's just they're having fun with it. At least they're having fun with it. What do you think? Did you see Eternals? Is it something that made you go, hey, I want to watch that. That looks awesome. It didn't for me. But we're going to talk about some TV news now. And then I think we're going to run with that all the way to the end of the show for today. Because we're already, I'm running a little bit later behind certain things. Starfleet Academy series in development at CBS Studios. Is that something you want to see? It's not what I want to see. I hate the fact that we're continually going back in time, going back in the galaxy. At least Picard is moving forward in this series. Everything else just seems to be like this other universe or... I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to breathe new life into the series and everything like that, but besides Section 31 in the works, but he wanted to keep tight-lipped about everything. Kurtzman. Oh God, I hate Alex Kurtzman. What a twit. I don't understand how people like that still find work. It just gets me triggered because And for the one, maybe 2 or 3 successes, he's got like 10 or 15 complete crap shows. Kurtzman. Anyway, guys, what do we got here? Star Trek Discovery is on hiatus till February 10th. Picard comes out March 3rd, and Star Trek Strange New Worlds comes out on May 5th. Strange New Worlds. Again, it's one of those things where I'm like, that's where I'm at with the state of Star Trek. Picard has 7 of 9 too, and they're not utilizing her to the best of her abilities. I'm so frustrated with it all. But where are you with the Star Trek TV series? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. Now we have to talk about something a little bit sensitive here, and I'm going to try to handle it as delicately as I can. Whoopi Goldberg suspended from The View for the remarks that she made. I can't say certain words here on YouTube because then it gets reviewed and flagged for certain things. But you know what she said. I'm not going to read you the quotes of what she said. But it's only for 2 weeks that she's suspended. And the ABC News PR on Twitter said this statement from Kim Godwin. Effective immediately, I'm suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments. While Whoopi has apologized, I've asked her to take time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments. The entire ABC team news organization stands in solidarity with her Jewish colleagues, friends, and family and communities, but they don't stand in solidarity about suspending her. They don't. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And this is where I wanted to chime in. This is where she didn't insult. Well, she insulted a lot of people, but the way she didn't articulate what she was wanting to convey in the best of ways. She should have researched it a little bit more and really put together what her thoughts were going to be about the subject. I think she was trying to chime in on saying that a religion isn't a race. But in the case of World War II, it most definitely was from the perspectives of some people. And that's how that big thing happened. So she didn't articulate it well. She gets suspended for 2 weeks. Where I want to weigh in on this is, guys, this is where I'm as progressive as a person that you're ever going to find. I think we should make a lot of things legal that are still illegal, just so that we take it away from certain aspects of crime and stuff like that. I'm very progressive. I participate in a lot of progressive stuff, but as far as the left side goes, this cancel culture stuff, this stuff. This is where it's going too far. Why would you suspend her for 2 weeks? Well, what's that? Just to let the bad press blow over? I can understand that, but suspending her, just something about it just rubbed me the wrong way. And it appears that other people have come out and said, well, yeah, it doesn't help our cause at all, right? Whoopi Goldberg's suspension divides ABC insiders and the media. On Wednesday morning, we saw that there was that response, but there's people like Joe Scarborough and stuff like that have all come out and said maybe it was a bit too much, but we'll have to. At least they didn't outright come out and say that she's off the show forever, because then now that would have been way too far. So it's a dicey situation. And of course, Meghan McCain came out and attacked her too. You're going to see lots of stories about that today too. Meghan McCain attacking her, saying, well, they're held to a different standard, and she would have been kicked off the show if she ever said anything like that. It's a tricky situation. It's a tricky subject matter, because it's something that you do have to be careful and concise with your words. And that's about all I want to say about it. Guys, did you ever, you're going to hear about it in the news no matter what. But it's happening. It's happening on TV, and we're entertainment news here on Mirror Domains. So I had to talk about it, and I'm rooting for Whoopi that she's able to course correct and get this working again. But let me know what you thought about Whoopi's situation in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. Euphoria viewership for HBO series is up nearly 100% from season 1. Wow, those are good numbers. And well, that's because Zendaya has just... Guys, Dune, watch Spider-Man No Way Home. She's fantastic. She's going up there as one of my favorite actresses. Maybe she's has the possibility of cracking the top 5. I need to watch this Euphoria because I want to see her range. I want to see how far she can push herself and be convincing behind the camera. I want to know her range as an actress. But Sunday's episode is its 4th episode of Euphoria, drew 3.2 million viewers across 3 linear airings, and that's up. So the numbers for Euphoria have gone up, and I'm guessing it's because of the subject matter about drugs and stuff like that, and the cast. I'm going to have to check out Euphoria. Guys, what do you think? Have you seen Euphoria? Let me know in the comments below. More TV news headlines. This one I really like. This one is going to be awesome. Mike Flanagan begins filming on the Fall of the House of Usher's TV series. Now, guys, Mike Flanagan, he just did Midnight Mass. He's done The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor. He's directed Dr. Sleep. He's one of my favorite directors working right now. And his series are really well done. Now, I was a little bit mixed on Midnight Mass. I know a lot of people liked it, but he's got his style there that I just hope that he doesn't have long-winded monologues in this one. But I was following this story. He broke it on his social media, his Twitter handle or account. He says, "And we're off. The House of the Fall of Usher, the Fall of the House of Usher, Mike Flanagan." So they're off and they're filming. That's good. It's a series. Now, it's not going to be in the same vein of the Haunting series, right? But it's going to be a lot of the same familiar cast. Mike Flanagan will bring other post stories into the narrative of the House of Usher. And I think that's cool. They got a little bit of a quote here. "This mini-series is a modern remix of some of the most iconic works of Edgar Allan Poe. This mini-series is unique for Intrepid. We've never done anything quite like this before. I'm so grateful to be working with my longtime collaborator, Mike something or other, who will be directing 4 of the 8 episodes, and producing partner and executive producer Trevor Macy. We'll see you on the other side. In the meantime, dim the lights, light a fire, and just imagine a deep voice in the dark, quiet, intoning, 'Once upon a midnight dreary.'" So the cast includes Frank Langella, Carla Gugino, Mary McConnell, Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill, cool. Guys, you know what? I'm going to pull this up on the IMDb. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up this on the IMDb. And take a look at the cast for the House of the Fall of Usher. The Fall of the House of Usher. And we're going to take a look at the cast here. Hey, I didn't hit that button. What are you doing? What are you doing? I didn't hit the photo gallery button. There we go. The Fall of the House of Usher. Okay, so an unnamed narrator approaches the House of Usher on a dull, dark, and soundless day. This house, the estate of his boyfriend. His boyfriend. Oh, God, and we're live. All right, let me reread this log line. The Fall of the House of Usher. An unnamed narrator approaches the House of Usher on a dull, dark, and soundless day. This house, the estate of his boyhood friend, Roderick Usher is gloomy and mysterious, created by Mike Flanagan, and stars some of his favorites. Carla Gugino is in there. Mark Hamill, that's cool. Frank Langella, Mary McDonnell, cool. Kate Siegel, of course, his wife. Yes, she's got to be in there. Annabeth Gish, okay, she's back. Right, she was in one of the Haunting series. Henry Thomas is in there too. Cool, that's cool. Rahul Kohli's back. That's cool. This is the third time he's going to be working with them. That's awesome. He was really good in Midnight Mass too. Anybody else that we may recognize? Any other? Tana Miller. Cool. Yeah, she was Hannah in Bly Manor. Wow, that's cool. Malcolm Goodwin. Oh, and that Longstreet guy. He's going to be in it as well. So you'll recognize a lot of the cast you'll recognize a lot of the cast for Mike Flanagan's Fall of the House of Usher. But that begins filming, and that's real cool. Probably next year. Obviously next year. It can't come out this year. It'd be really time pressed to come out this year. Probably next year. Let me know in the comments below if you are excited about that. The Fall of the House of Usher. All right, let's continue on. You saw some Godzilla news there. Let's talk about some Godzilla. Godzilla TV series synopsis reveals Monarch for a focus and timeline. Okay, so we knew that it was going to be about Monarch, but the only thing about this is when. When is this going to be? Monarch has been the center of the Godzilla monster. Well, I wouldn't really say that. But I didn't highlight the quote. I'm just going to pull it out here, guys. It's happening between Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters. Okay, and that's going to come as a bummer for some people, because then we're not going to get much of the big other monsters out there in it. It looks like it's just going to have to do with the fallout of what happened in San Francisco and LA, from the sounds of it. The full synopsis reads: following the thunderous battle between Godzilla and the Titans that leveled San Francisco, and the shocking new reality that monsters are real, the series explores one family's journey to uncover its buried secrets and a legacy linking them to the secret organization known as Monarch. And that's what the series is about. So now we know where it's going to take place and what it's going to be focusing in on. Godzilla TV series, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think. All right, we're almost through today, guys. Did you watch, and there it happened, Sex and the City reboot? It's big. It was big for that platform that it came out on. Guys, there's a huge article out on Variety about this. If you are a Sex and the City fan, you'll want to read it. It's very, very long. They talk about, how well it was, and just like that. Sorry, that's what it's called. And just like that, on HBO. God, she's stunning. But if you liked it or not, there's talks. Are there going to be another? Is it going to be a second season? Though the show hasn't been officially renewed yet for a second season, both King and Parker are certainly interested in continuing. Okay, so that's the quote we need. We did something that was hard to do, which is we took something familiar and did make it something new. We took something familiar and did make it new, King says, for better or for worse. When asked whether she wants to do more, Parker said, definitely, yeah. They just need to figure out everyone's schedule. So if there's going to be a second season, it looks like Parker's going to be on it, and the director or the producer or whatever. And as soon as they can figure out everybody's schedule, they'll make more. And why wouldn't they? Because it was a huge success for HBO. So cool, man. Cool. All right, guys. Last story of the day. Pam and Tommy comes out today. And I watched the trailer again last night, and Lily James is Pamela Anderson. She really looks like her and sounds like her too. I'm just so blown away, because she doesn't look like Pamela Anderson in real life. Of course, the Olympics start this week too. But guys, Pam and Tommy is something that I want to keep my eye on, not only for Lily James, but Sebastian Stan is in it as Tommy Lee, Seth Rogen, and Nick Offerman are people that uncover their sex tape, and it's all about them learning about that, and we'll have to see how delicately they handle this material. Again, it's all about handling this material and how delicately you can deal with it. That's the way that the way of movie and entertainment news is today, guys. What do you think about some of these stories? Let me know in the comments below. If you don't know, I do this show live every day, 12 p.m. and there's always some things that people want to talk about, like the Riddler and his GIMP status. So if you have anything like that you want to talk about, let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it. And I hope to see you tomorrow.